It was a quiet evening, the kind of night where the world feels asleep before you do. I had just finished tidying the kitchen, the soft hum of the refrigerator the only sound in the house, when I heard a knock at the door. Knocks are normal, of course, but this one made my stomach twist. Something about it was hesitant, tentative, almost familiar. I peeked through the peephole and froze. Her. My sister, Emma, the one who had vanished 12 years ago, leaving nothing behind but empty rooms, unanswered questions, and a family fractured by grief. She stood there, pale and gaunt, clothes worn, eyes wide with fear, clutching a small, tattered bag. My heart thumped so violently I thought it might leap out of my chest. Emma? My voice barely rose above whisper. She nodded. Tears streaked her dirt-smeared face. I need your help, she said, voice trembling. Please, you have to trust me. I opened the door slowly, frozen between disbelief and fear. It can't. You can't. She stepped inside unsteadily. I don't have much time. They're still looking for me. And now, they'll come for you too if we don't act fast. I guided her to the living room, my hands shaking so badly I could barely hold her. She sank onto the couch, exhausted, every movement heavy with years of pain. I don't understand, I whispered. You've been gone. 12 years. How are you here? Emma avoided my gaze. It's complicated. I couldn't come back until now. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but fear had already rooted me in place. Her presence was surreal, impossible. Every rational part of my mind screamed that this was a hallucination, a dream, a ghost of the sister I had lost. Finally, she spoke, voice low and urgent. You remember the night I disappeared? I nodded, swallowing. How could I forget? They weren't human, not really, she said, her voice barely audible. They took me, but not the way you think. I was trapped in something else. Somewhere else, and now I escaped, but they'll come for me and for you if they think you'll interfere. My chest tightened. Fear, confusion, disbelief, and desperation tangled together. I had lost her once, and now she was back, yet more mysterious than ever. Emma's story poured out in fragments, shadows in the woods, strangers with no faces, voices that whispered in the dark. She spoke of captivity in a hidden compound, of experiments, of a strange machine that distorted time, or memory. She spoke of nights that stretched into years, of a clock that ticked differently, of people who were both there and not there. I sat, listening, horrified and entranced. Her memories were fragmented, like shattered glass, each piece reflecting terror and pain I couldn't begin to comprehend. They said I was lost forever, but I remembered you. I remembered home, and I escaped. I don't know how long I have before they find me again. I reached for her hands. Emma, you're here. You're really here. We'll fix this. We'll keep you safe. Her eyes, wide with fear, met mine. They're not like anyone we've ever faced, and they never forgive. You have to trust me completely if we're going to survive. I nodded, heart racing. I do. I trust you. The next hours were a blur of planning. Emma was cautious, vigilant, every sound setting her on edge. She inspected the doors, the windows, and even the shadows that lingered in corners. They'll come first for the weak points, she said. The places they think are easy. We need traps, alarms, cameras, everything. I helped, fumbling but determined. Every step we took was punctuated by her warnings, her whispered instructions, her sharp eyes catching details I had never noticed. We need to leave by nightfall, she said finally. We can't stay here. They know this address. They'll come tonight. And I can't let them touch you. Not again. Panic surged, but I trusted her instinct, her experience, her presence that had returned from the impossible. Night came with a chill that seeped into our bones. The wind rustled leaves, each sound amplified by our fear. Emma stationed me by the living room window while she checked the perimeter. I hear them, she whispered. They're close. I strained my ears. Nothing. Then a soft footstep on gravel. Then another. A shadow passed over the curtains. "They're testing us," Emma said, voice taut. "They want to see if we're ready. If we panic, they'll strike hard." I gripped her arm, heart hammering. What are they? Humans, sort of, and not. They've changed, twisted, years of experiments. I've seen what they do, and they don't stop until they've broken you completely. The front door rattled. Panic rose in my throat. I wanted to run, to hide, to scream, but I stayed, frozen and terrified, trusting her every word, every gesture, every movement. Emma moved silently to the shadows, her eyes scanning. Then she whispered, "They're distracted. Now." Emma had a plan, a risky, daring escape. We packed essentials, water, food, and a few personal items. She had marked a safe route through the woods behind our home, leading to an abandoned cabin she had used as a hideout when she first escaped. She said, "We move fast, no mistakes. They can smell fear, and they know you care for me. That makes you vulnerable." I nodded, gripping her hand. "I'll follow your lead, every step." The night was alive with tension. Every rustle, every whisper of wind, every flicker of movement made my pulse spike. And yet, through it all, her presence was steady, a beacon in the darkness guiding me through terror. We barely made it a quarter mile through the woods when a figure appeared ahead. Tall, faceless, moving unnaturally fast. My breath caught in my throat. "Don't run," Emma whispered. "They want that. Stay calm, stay quiet." We froze. The figure tilted its head, studying us. The shadows around it flickered strangely, as if reality itself wavered. Emma stepped forward, hand raised. "You don't want us. You've already lost. Leave us be." The figure hesitated, then dissolved into the night like mist. Emma exhaled shakily. They're testing limits, proving they can be everywhere. But we survived. Now we move. I followed, heart hammering, legs trembling, every nerve alive with terror and adrenaline. Finally, we reached the cabin. Crumbling, abandoned, but fortified in ways only Emma knew. She showed me hidden panels, escape hatches, and secret caches. "This will be our base," she said. "We can rest, plan, and gather information, but we can't stay long. They'll trace us eventually." I sank onto the floor, exhausted, shaking. "I can't believe this, that you're really here, that all this exists." Emma knelt beside me, brushing hair from my face. "It's real, and now we survive together, we fight together, and we make sure they never hurt anyone else again." Her words were firm, resolute, and for the first time I felt hope threaded through the fear. That night, the sounds returned. Footsteps, whispers, rustling leaves. Shadows pressed against the edges of the cabin, testing, probing. Emma guided me to a hidden corner. "Stay calm, watch, learn, don't panic, and whatever you do, don't show fear." I clutched her hand as the first figure appeared, then another and another. Emma activated subtle alarms, disorienting lights and hidden traps. The intruders faltered, confused by our preparation and cunning. I watched in awe as my sister, gone for 12 years, commanded the space with expertise, knowledge, and courage I had never imagined. By dawn, the intruders had retreated, leaving us alive, shaken, but victorious. Morning light filtered through the cabin windows. Exhaustion and relief mingled as we sat together, hearts still racing, but souls anchored in the bond we had reclaimed. "Welcome home," I whispered, tears streaming down my face. Emma smiled faintly, fragile but resolute. "Home, finally, and this time I'm not going anywhere, not without you." I realized then that the world was terrifying, unpredictable, and dangerous, but some things were stronger than fear: love, trust, family, and courage. No matter what came next, we had survived the impossible, and together we would face whatever shadows remained, unbroken, united, and ready.